Our Dale's Hegan there kickoff. Don't take my roster.
All right.
It's the only one I got.
It's Bradley. You gave him Portobello.
Okay, we'll get one here. Our Dale's Hegan there temperature at kickoff is 60. What is it, Coach?
68 right now.
68 degrees for Dale's Hegan Air. You can reach him at dalesheganAir.com. And right now, the sun is about to set, which is going to please us immensely here. But let's take a look at the starting lineups. Gwen, if you'll do that.
Okay, here's your offense for Hardin Valley. Number 10, Dylan Umansky at quarterback. Number 23, Caden Kutcher at running back. Number 30, Andrew Perkins at tight end. Number 58, Durgan Ragland at left tackle. Number 77, Nathan Artrip at left guard. Number 56, Evan Clark at center. Number 52, Neil Henley at right guard. Number 60, Wells Harm at right tackle. Number 14, Nick Rivers at wide receiver. Number 3, wide receiver, Isaac Shelby. And last wide receiver we have here is number 17, Cruz Furman.
So there's a look at the...
Lots of sophomores.
Yes, they're a young team like the Bears are. That is, our lineup's always brought to you behind the Cleveland there. And looking at the Bradley offense, unless something's happened this week. Both schools, by the way, are on fall break this week, so we assume that these starting lineups are still correct and no one was injured throughout the practice week. Bradley will have Luke Hagee. Well, I believe Luke's going to still be out this week with the concussion protocol, and it'll probably be Brody King filling in for him at left tackle. Left guard, Eli Taylor, or his twin brother Ben. They interchange sometimes there at left guard. Eli and Ben are both 5'11", both 220, and both are juniors, as you might expect, for twins. By the way, Brody King, 6'2", 210 sophomore. At the center, Zach Denton, number 50, a 6-foot sophomore, wearing about 210, or Eli Taylor may step in there at center occasionally as well. Chris Myers, the right guard, one of the captains, 5'11", 265-pound junior, and right tackle is Timmy Gay, 6'2", 250-pound sophomore. Timmy Gay's one has a concussion protocol. I said it was Luke, but it's not him, it's Timmy. The X-back, Tyree Stovall, 6'7", 180, senior, made a spectacular run last week and a great effort. We talked about that earlier, Gwen. He fought through traffic and stumbled and staggered, but got his balance back and scored our long touchdown there.
Really physical mode.
Also at the A-back, looks like it'd be Jaden Gray or Tay Sheehy in there. Both have been playing. Jaden is a 5'11 sophomore, 165. Tay is a 5'7 senior, 140 pounds. He wears number 11. Jeremiah Brownell's getting some playing time at the Z-back. He's a 5'7 freshman, 155. Jaden Gray is a mix there, but also Ollie Scott will probably get the nod. Number 2, a 5'11, 150-pound senior. At right guard, number 88, the Y-back and H-back, whatever you want to call him there too, number 88, Brady Lewis. He can play wide out. He's 6'2", 225-pound sophomore. He also plays the tight end or the H-back position along with Landon Scott typically. But, and we'll qualify all of this in a moment. At quarterback tonight, we expect to see number 19, Tucker Cook, a 5'9", 160-pound freshman. Now, give you that starting lineup. Now, you can throw all that out the window. We're going to run the wing T.
Yeah.
And the wing T typically has the offensive line, wing-backs on either side with a fullback and a quarterback. So there's 4 in the backfield, plus usually a wide-out wide receiver. So that's a whole different look. And from all indications, talking to Coach this week, we will run the wing the wing T. The single wing has 1 wing back. The wing T has 2 wing backs. That's why they call them at the wing back position there. It's the wing T they call that. We saw that last week, and it was pretty productive for the Bears.
It relies very heavily on the fullback.
Yes, it does. And Landon Scott did a yeoman's job last week and carried several times. Of course, Kenyon Phelps was the star running back last week. Brayshawn Beard, Wallace Suskowitz. We know we have a bevy of running backs, and that's what Coach said early in the year. He says, and he said this on the interview. You just heard it. I was an idiot for not exploiting all those running backs we have. 6 of them, he said, we got 3 sets of 2 each. We can swap interchangeably, and 1 set is as good as the other set. So,
but great coaching to figure out what's going to work for your team.
Yeah, and he's good at doing that. So he says you sometimes have to adjust your philosophy and your coaching ability to what your team is capable of doing. So it looks like the captains are on the field, at least for Hardin Valley. And the Bears have not returned. They have to walk a long, long way from the gymnasium.
Yeah.
It's about like the visiting team at Bradley has to walk.
Call it the Green Mile. It's a long way.
It is a long way, and they've not come out of the.
Oh, there they are.
Are they coming up over there?
Captains by the gate over there.
Yeah, we just couldn't see them from our seating position here. We're high on the press box here at Hardin Valley High School in West Knoxville, home of the Hardin Valley Academy Hawks. They have a middle school attached over here somewhere. I think that was to our left, and the high school to our right as we came in here. Beautiful, beautiful complex, and in a very beautiful neighborhood, to say the least, here from West Knoxville. Let's take another time out here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Nearly said Mix 104.1. We're on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. By the way, tonight on Mix 104.1, you can hear Cleveland High School football. They'll kick off in about 10 minutes. On WCLE 99.1, you'll hear the Walker Valley game. They're kicking off in about 7 minutes, and they're hosting East Hamilton. Cleveland hosting Bearden. Don't forget, tomorrow on Mix 104.1, UT Vols, 7 o'clock kickoff.
7 o'clock.
Against the hated Florida Gators. We're all Gator haters most of the year. So they'll be there in Knoxville tomorrow and have a long pregame show. So that's on Mix 104 tomorrow. Georgia football tomorrow. They kick off at 4:15 or something like that.
4:15.
I think
early show a couple hours before that.
Yes, a long pregame show for them, and that is on the station you're listening to now, ESPN Cleveland 101.3, and tomorrow as well. UTC football is now on one of our stations. That is Cleveland, or WCLE Cleveland 99.1. I'll get it right in a minute. WCLE 99.1 for that game for UTC. And besides that, we'll carry the Falcons and the Titans in pro football. The Braves during the baseball season. Tennessee baseball. Tennessee and Vols and Lady Vols. Lee University Flames and Lady Flames.
Is there anybody who NBA? Do we have any?
NBA, yes. Yeah. Yes,
and,
NBA.
And NASCAR.
And yes.
We're pretty full.
My goodness gracious. We got a lot of things going on.
But most importantly, the Bears and Bearettes.
Right. Captains for the Bears tonight, Ollie Scott. No, that's Jake Powell. Tay Sheehy, along with, I can't see the numbers from here. I should know by now, but I can't see it from here. Looks like 22 for the Bears. No, man, 6'2". And they'll have 4, and the Hawks will have 4. If his son will ever get down behind those trees there, we can see what's going on here.
It's rough.
We're literally in a blind right here, though. But we'll make it. Here comes the Hawks, led by their cheerleaders. They break through the smoke and the fireworks and all the good stuff. Beautiful field. It is a turf field. By the way, the only grass field we'll play on this year is done gone. That was Innovation Academy. Everybody's got turf now. And in Knoxville, the deep pockets. Here come the
Pilot
Bears.
logo on the.
Yeah. A power logo. They ripped through the banner there. The deep pockets of Jim Haslam at Pilot Oil put turf on every public high school in Knoxville. So every school up this way
really
has
smart.
turf. Yes. Chattanooga has turf on several of the public schools. Howard has it now. Saudi Daisy and Ooltewah all have turf. They're going to add
Tyner will.
3 schools a year, I think, for the next 3 years to get them all covered there. As we're ready for the tip-off here, I'm just stalling a little bit for tip-off here, for the kick, coin flip. And I believe the band's off the field and they're ready to walk out there. And we'll get this game underway here in a couple of moments here. Next week, we haven't mentioned this, I don't think. Maybe we did earlier, but Bradley will be home with Red Bank, and that will be homecoming. Our 8th game of the year, homecoming next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at Bradley Central, Bear Stadium. The following week, it'll be Cleveland High School coming across town. Bears and Raiders, and that's always an exciting clash. It'll be on MTV, not MTV, but Mixed TV.
Mixed.
I don't think MTV cares about high school football. MTV game as well, and it'll be on the Bear Network. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be everywhere, all over the place there for that game as well. Then we'll wrap up the regular season on the road, back up to this Knoxville way at Bearden. Here come the teams out on the field with the captains. And they will be having a coin toss here in a moment. The officials will be from probably the West Ridge, they call it, which is the Oak Ridge, per se, region up here. For the officials, they have the Smoky Mountain group, but this is probably from the, I think they call it the West Ridge group. Bradley again in the white tops, black pants, black helmets. The Hawks, white helmets, blue tops, and white pants. Officials talk to him. He's going to flip it into the air here in a second. And there's a toss. Let's see who he taps on the shoulder. I believe he's talking to the Bears. Let's see. Bradley's won the toss, and we'll defer to the second half. Let's take a quick break for Chattanooga Auto Square.
Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
Back here at Hardin Valley High School on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. We're getting ready for the kickoff. This game tonight is being streamed live. And Gwen, tell the folks where they can watch that at.
Yeah, you can watch it on diamondclearmedia.com, but you're going to want to bring some other device so you can still listen to us, folks. Mute that Diamond Clear Media and listen to us.
And that's through YouTube. That's straight through diamondclearmedia.com.
Yeah, diamondclearmedia.com.
So got a chance there. Back deep for the homestanding Hawks, if we can read those numbers now. Try to get the receipt. Looks like, help me out with numbers back there, deep.
I've got 14. Wow.
4,
6.
You know, I have binoculars for a reason.
6 on the near side, and I think it's 14 on the far side.
Yes, it is. So back deep is Brody Lamb and Nicholas Rivers. Let's see. Holden White to kick off for the Bears. And we'll see who's going to receive the kick. Here's his kick by the left footer. A nice high spinner is going to go almost over his head. He'll take it to the 11, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, 30, 35. Man, almost to the 40. I believe they'll give him to the 40-yard line before he is brought down by one of the Bears there.
Lamb on the return.
Lamb on the return.
It'll be an advanced cheating in air first down.
And I'm trying to find me a Bradley Rosser here somewhere.
30.
So here come the Hawks. The quarterback's going to be number 9. Is that right?
Number 9.
It's number 9. That's just different. Riley Matz, 6-foot sophomore. And they're in the spread. Single men either side. He has in the I formation, actually. Now it's going to look to the sidelines and change the play, of course, as they always do. Out of the shotgun, 11:53, just the first play of the first possession here as the sun is finally mercifully going down for us. And now time's going to be called as
Penalty marker on the play.
Penalty. Got a flag down.
Delay a game.
Wow.
Well, that's not a good way to start for them, but we'll take that. A 5-yard penalty for delay a game against the Hawks. Backs them up to the 34-yard line. They were first and 10 to 39, so they did mark him short of the 40. So here we go. They're not going to change plays this time. They've got to play. He's going to looking to throw it left, going to throw it long. He's going to throw it long. He's got a guy out there, but he overthrows him. Incomplete pass that time. Intended out there for a wide receiver on the far side. Intended for Rivers. That's our main receiver. Rivers. He is a 5'10", 158-pound sophomore. 2nd and 10 coming up after that attempt for a long pass right off the bat. They were going for the sticks. 2nd and 15, coming up. Now let's send 2 wideouts to the left side. He'll shift the man into the H-back position there. And there's another flag before the snap. I think they got a procedure call, and they do. Another 5-yard mark off against the Hawks here. Makes it 2nd down and 20. They've got a big, beautiful Jumbotron. They're showing this game live on the Jumbotron for the folks here. But it's a nice stadium, a good view from everywhere. So on 2nd down and 20, ball now back to the 29-yard line. Hand off to his running back. He'll hit the middle for some yards, maybe 2 or 3, up across the 30 to the 34, let's call it. And I believe it's going to be Crutcher on the carry. Number 23 on the carry. And he will gain 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. Kutcher's our main running back. Number 23, a 5'11" senior. Quarterback it was not Umansky tonight, which we were given earlier. It was number 9. That is Matz, M-A-T-Z. Matz. Going to trips to the right side. Now time's going to be called by Hardin Valley. They are really in a world of confusion right now. And they will take their first time out of the half, and we'll take one with them for Midland Vane. Back in one.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
As we return, a pass attempt from Match to Kutcher was incomplete, 4th and 15, so the Bears will be getting the ball back on the punt as Tyree Stovall will drop back. And 41 will get his name for in a minute. He will kick a left footer high. Boom, he spiraled. Tyree's going to have to backtrack, and it's going to take a Bradley bounce on come back upfield. A good 10 yards. Oh, my. Back all the way from the 35 to the 44-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 in great field position at their 44-yard line here at 10:48 in the first quarter of play from Hardin Valley High School and ESPN Cleveland 1013.
44.
Our first drive of the game brought to you by First Horizon. First Horizon Bank will find a way. Key Street near Chick-fil-A and 25th Street at Chambliss. That's my bank there. I like those folks. So let's see how the Bears come out in that single wing, I'm sure. And the wing T, they may fool us all. We'll see. They'll break huddle. Tyree Stowe will go out. It is the wing T for the Bears. Phelps. And here is, a pass, back pass. Cook's going deep. He's got him out there. Oh, and he catches it. Tyree Stovall's caught a long, Stovall's caught the long pass all the way down the 20-yard line for the Bears from the 44, I believe it was. That's what, 36-yard pass right there. And a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. So surprisingly, how the wing T, Tucker Cook dropped back and fired it and delayed it perfectly in his hands. Boy, that was in stride, and
that was perfect.
Timing was just
see
there.
that.
Yes. Beautiful. They probably won't show a replay of that on their Jumbotron here.
No. Logo.
Tyree Stovall, number 6. Again, the wing T. Handoff into this way. Phelps, he's going to break through to the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Will be 2nd down coming up after a gain
On the tackle.
of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Bears now at the 13-yard line in Hardin Valley territory. First drive of the night for the Bears. First drive of the night for First Horizon. They'll send Stovall out to the left. He's got to feel good about that pass reception. He caught the long, 64-yarders, I guess it was last week, for the touchdown.
That's right. Bears
under huddle. Handoff this time. Oh, no. Cook couldn't get it off. I think he was going to pass, and he gets smoked for a loss. And that'll push him back to about the original line of scrimmage, about the 19, looks like.
You know what that means?
Back to the 18.
Get on your feet.
It's going to be 2nd down. Correction. 3rd down and about 9. 3rd and about 9 with a 6-yard loss for Cook, who got sacked that time. In the backfield is Phelps along with Brandon Scott, Tucker Cook. And here is a handoff to Phelps coming around the right side. He'll have some yards, but nowhere near the first. Up to about the 16-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and let's see what Coach Damon decides to do here. Give him a couple yards, 2-yard gain.
And
I believe the field goal team's going to come in. Yes, I believe it will be. Yes, Holden White's going to attempt to kick from the 23, make it a 33-yard attempt for the left footer. Tucker Clark to hold. Tucker Cook to hold. The snap, the kick, it's long enough. And it's good enough.
Nice.
The Bears at 8:22 to go after a 56-yard drive, I guess, from the 44. Don't get to the end zone, but they do get the field goal, and it's 3-0 Bears on top. Let's take a quick 30-second break and be back on ESPN Cleveland 1013.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path, your education, your calling, your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
Bradley set to kick off with a 3-0 lead here. It's one of the few times this year the Bears have scored first, seems like. And Gwen, we got a battle of the drones in the skies up there.
I was just saying that.
Looks like warplanes.
Drone duel.
And here's a kick going to be down at the 31-yard line as Bradley went for that one there at the 31-yard line. The Hawks, who trail 3-0, will take over first down and 10.
First down from the Hardin Valley 31.
Bear defense stiffened the last time. Of course, a couple of penalties helped.
Yes.
Had to delay a game.
Their family business is your
Turned down the wrong one there now. I turned you down. We're trying to get settled here technically from the press box here.
Checked out before we get into the
This is the Bradley Medical Center press box, part of the Vitruvian Medical Group now. So let's see what the Hawks come out in. They'll have wideouts to either side and the spread out of the shotgun. Matt stays in quarterback. They'll shift a man. Long count, handoff to the man in the middle, and he will be stopped after maybe 2-yard gain.
Crutcher on the carry.
By Wiley Suskowitz.
Gain of 2.
That's Crutcher again on the carry. Crutcher, number 23, the running back, 5'11", 183-pound senior. They have a lot of sophomores and juniors in their starting line, both offensively and defensively. So second down to give him 3 yards, second down and about 7, a long 7, short 8 to go for the first down. Ball now at the 34-yard line, the Hawks in their territory. We're at 7:46 in the quarter. Matz hands off the left side. He will go forward for just a couple of yards near to the sticks, and that's about it. Well, he gets to the 35 they're going to give him. So that's going to give him another yard. That's Kutcher again. 23. Actually, he didn't gain anything.
Same.
Yeah, they didn't even move the down marker. So at the 34-yard line, third down and a long 7 to go, what you'd think would be a typical passing situation. The Hawks set. Matt's clapped his hands. The snap. Pass out in the flat. Nope, he doesn't. No, he's covered. He's going to run. He's just going to throw it away, and it'll be 4th down and 7 coming up for the Hawks. Good coverage that time for the Bears.
For Shelby, incomplete.
That's Jake Powell out there on the coverage, along with Jacob Gentry back deep. Bradley doesn't have anyone back deep yet. They're lining up. Here comes Tyrese in. And quickly running off the field, Kenyon Phelps. Bradley drops back to return it. Oh, they got the block. They've got it blocked. It's kicked into the end zone to the 10, and the Bears will have it inside the 5-yard line. Inside the 5, or right at the 5, they're going to say. First and go for the Bears on a block punt, and who blocked that one?
Number 11?
Sheehy blocked it? Sheehy. Tay Sheehy on the block. So give a big round of applause to Tay Sheehy. The Bears set to go now at first and go to 5. My goodness, what a break. You could see them. They looked like it's dropped back to return, and then all of a sudden here they come and broke through and blocked it easily. And it got kicked about the 15 back, so back to the 5-yard line. First and go for the Bears now.
Yes.
Out of that wing T, man motion. Going to be Phelps. He'll hit the middle. He'll go into the end zone and give him touchdown. Touchdown Bears at 6:47 to go. Touchdown. A 5-yard drive at 6:47. The Bears lead at 9-0. And this looks like a different group of Bears we've been seeing, Quinn.
Yeah, totally different.
They are fired up and doing their thing now. 9-0 for the Bears, and Holden White will try to add a PAT. He's already kicked a field goal. He's just a sophomore, folks. He don't kick it a long ways. He's got a good spin rotation on it, and he will get stronger. He's not a big guy. Matter of fact, they don't have his weight on here. Here's his kick. It is up, and it is perfect. Time out on the field. 10-0 Bears on top at 6:47 in the first quarter play here from Hardin Valley on ESPN, Cleveland 101.3. looking, still looking. Throwing's just going to throw it, and he's got a guy, but it's overthrown way out of bounds. It's going to be over to the Bears. So the Bears defense is held at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their 34 with a 10-0 lead at 2:25 to go here in the first quarter play here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. We'll keep it here. They're not going to take time to take a break here. They're going to keep on rolling. Bears quickly out there to offense. I'm sure they'll stay with that wing T, which has worked pretty good so far. But it's ironic that the big play was a pass.
It was. Yeah, threw me off too.
Yeah, it caught them, by surprise there. First play of the game. Stovall will go out to the lonely wide receiver position here on the left side toward us. And the Bears in the man in motion. Phelps, he will, they faked us off there. It's Landon Scott in the middle. He's got 5. He's got 10, 15, 20 yards down across the 50 to the 45, the 40, and finally brought down to the 39-yard line for a 1st and 10 for the Bears. And Cleveland Ford at the 39-yard line in Hawk territory. Very deceptive work there on the part of Cook, handing off to Landon Scott, number 8 for the Bears. My goodness. Some dad in the stand is upset with their defense. Bears 1st 10th, the Hawk 39-yard line. That wing T is hard to defend, though. Phelps going to the right side of time. He's tiptoeing through there, and he'll have a couple of 3 yards up to down to about the 38, maybe just a yard. Give him 1 yard. 2nd down 9 coming up for the Bears. Ball at the 38-yard line in Hawk territory. Yeah, 1 yard gain. We all have fans that are very intense. So 2nd and 9, a long huddle for the Bears. And one of the things that Damon said in his interview is that the wing T shortens the game. It takes a lot of time, to huddle up each time. And here is a handoff to Landon Scott in the middle. He will have just a couple of yards. Number 8, Landon Scott, down to the 37, I believe. At 1:07 in the period, Bears up 10-0. 3rd down and 8 to go. Ball to Hawk 37. This may be 4-down territory for the Bears.
I know it's fall break, but you can get louder. Come on, Hawks, get loud.
PI guys talk about it being fall break here, encouraging their fans to get louder.
You can keep getting louder, Hawks.
Beautiful setting here. Man, the sun's going down and just a bright glow over there now on the western horizon. Phelps, left side, trying to get around the corner. He does to 35. He's to the 30, and I believe he's going to have a 1st down for the Bears. They're going to mark him out at the 29, and boy, he is right at the sticks. I believe it's a 1st.
Pushed out of bounds by Vaughn.
And it is 1st and 10 for the Bears again, and Cleveland Ford. So the Bears pick up another 1st down. You got it. You're already on top of it there. Good buddy Gwen Schroyer here tonight. Steve Wills rode up with us. He's down taking pictures somewhere on the sidelines. But it's going to be 1st 10 for the Bears at the 29-yard line for the Hawks. As we're down to 32.9. He went out of bounds. It did stop the clock. Stovall's on the wrong side of the field. He'll go to the right side now, which is actually the right side. The Bears, this left hash back goes Cook. He's in trouble. Going to throw out. Always complete. He's got Brady Lewis out there for a gain down to the 26, it looks like.
Man on the tackle.
Brady Lewis, number 88 for the Bears, a sophomore. Give him a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7 coming up, and that may be the final play of the period. Bears up 10-0. Their opening drive resulted in a field goal, and then they had a block punt and cashed in from 5 yards out, and that will be the final play here of the first quarter here from Hardin Valley High School, or Hardin Valley Academy, they prefer to be called.
And that's the end of the
And there's a horn that will end the period. You're listening to ESPN Cleveland 101.3, where games supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and come back with period number 2 in just 60 seconds.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
dip don't make the man, but this will. Being tough doesn't come from a dip can, it comes from you.
Hand off to Phelps, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and he will not get there. And he was looking for a face mask call. No call given. It's going to be third down. He'll lose.
Holbrook on the tackle.
Yeah, he'll lose a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Bears back at the Hawk 28-yard line. 3rd down and 9 coming up. They lead it 10-0 here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Let's move into the second quarter of play. I'd like to give a shout out to my wife. She's probably not listening. Maybe. She's got a birthday coming up Monday. She'll be 39.
Nice.
We've been married 55 years. Handoff, going to the right side. Phelps going to break through. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8. Boy, he's going to push. He is so close down to the 20. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard, it looks like.
Wow.
And nice run. But it's going to be 4th and...
It looks like...
a yard. 4th and 1. The Bears will probably go for this at the 20-yard line in Hawk territory, leading it 10-0 here with 10:55 and a half now. PA guys trying to cheer up their defensive team. Cook comes from the far sideline, runs back to the huddle real quickly. We got plenty of time. Play clock's at 15 for Bradley Concrete, Lamb Con, under center. He'll hand off to his winning running back. He will burst through. He's got, that's Phelps down to the 20 to the 15 and still fight to the 10, inside the 10. Down to about the, they're going to say he was down at the 10, so it'll be right at the 10. And I think it's going to be 1st and goal for the Bears again. Phelps ripped off a nice run of 10 yards. Holbrook on the tackle that time. It is a 1st and goal for the Bears at the 10-yard line of the Hawks. They'll line up with Phelps in the backfield. Landon Scott, Brayshawn Beard. And hand off to the fullback and going through into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. That Brady Lewis. Yes, that's Brady Lewis, number 88 for the Bears. Takes it home, and the Bears have jumped up to a 16-0 lead. 16-0 Bears at 10:07 in the first half of play. And that drive, how long was that drive? I'm trying to figure where we start at.
We started at the 30, is that right?
Yep. 70-yard drive where they score. And Holden White trying for another successful kick here. The snap is down. That kick is good, and we are up 17-0. Let's take a 30-second break here. Bears 17, Hawks 0. 10:07 to go in the half on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
17-0 Bears on top of the Hawks here. 10:07 to go in the half. And Gwen, this winning team's working pretty dang good.
I don't want to say unexpected, but this is a delight.
Yeah. 17-0 Bears on top. Holden White yet for another kickoff coming up. Back deep's going to be Lamb again. And I believe that was Dozier. Here's a kick. Short kick's going to be taken at the 21-yard line to the 25. To the, well, he didn't get to the 30. It's going to be right at the 30. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks at that point at the 30-yard line. Let's see if Batts goes in and stays at quarterback. If Crutcher comes back in, run the Wildcat. As they're still huddled up on the sideline. Bears have had a block punt that set up the first touchdown after a drive that got them a field goal. And then this drive, 70 yards, I think it was.
Yes.
Make it 17-0 Bears on top. Looks like Match is back quarterback now. He'll take it, hand it to Kutcher. Kutcher goes forward for about 5 to the 35, maybe. Going to be 2nd down. That's number 23, Kutcher. We'll mark him down at the 34. So let's give him 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6 for the Hawks at that point. They picked up, what, 1 first down for the Hawks
I got 2.
They've got 2, and the Bears have how many?
We got 4.
Hawks shifting guys around. He's got a halfback. That's Kutcher. Pass out flat's going to be complete. He's going to 35 to 40 to 45. And down the sideline is going to be number 3. That is Isaac Shelby. Big gainer down to the 45-yard line. So from the 34 to the 45, it's about 21 yards. He got around the left side, and there's no one there. Oh, we got a flag or something here. Wait a minute,
There's
folks.
a flag on the sideline.
Hold it up. The call is holding on the Hawks. Oh, man. It's right there at the 48 in their territory. Back it all the way up to the 37. My goodness. That's a penalty for Independent Insulation Services. We appreciate them. Independent Insulation Services. So that's going to repeat second down. It's going to be second down and about 3.5 or 4 now to go. They've got to get the 40, the ball between the 36 and 37. They got a trip to the left side. Matz will hand it off to his running back. He's going to have the first down. Well, they give him 40, to the 42. Crutcher again on the carry. He's the workhorse. He's the 42 and a first down as they move the chains. At 9:09 to go in the half, 17-0 Bears on top. I mentioned Cleveland was losing 7-0 to Bearden on the 4th play of the game there at Raider Field. Bears up 17-0 here. Matt set. He'll give it to the running back number 4 this time. That is Ryder Dozier. He will gain to the 45. Let's give him 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. And Bearden leads Cleveland now 10-6. Bearden 10-6. Still in the first quarter play. Cleveland went for a 2-point try and was unsuccessful. They scored off a 41-yard touchdown pass with 33 seconds in the quarter. They've probably gone the second quarter by now. Here it's 2nd and 7 for the Hawks against the Bears, who lead at 17-0 over Hardin Valley. Matt's handoff. Again, nothing this time. 0.
Dozier on the carry.
Dozier again, number 4 on the carry to the 45. 3rd down and still 7. 3rd and 7.
Bradley's pep band that slipped in during the first quarter is getting very active right now.
It just sounds better when you're winning.
It's all about the, yeah.
School's out this week, so they don't ever have the full band. They'll have them there next week for homecoming. You can count on that. And we ask you to join us there, folks, on ESPN Cleveland. 5:30 we go live, 7 o'clock kickoff. Homecoming night in 2024. Only 2 games after that, with Cleveland coming into Bradley and at Bearden. Match back to pass out in the flat's going to be complete, and he'll be right at the first down. I believe he's got the first down.
Perkins on the reception.
That was Perkins, number 30. Andrew Perkins, a 6'2 junior, number 30 on the reception. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They're now in Bear territory at the 48. Looking to the sidelines. Matt's at quarterback. Dozier stays in the backfield. He's in the I-back position. He'll come up now in the halfback position. And he'll take the handoff and hit the middle for 5. He's got 10.
Really
He's away. He's gone. He's got the touchdown. All the way through for the touchdown. 48 yards for a score. And the Hawks are on the board. That's 17-6. He hit that middle, man, he was gone. And we could see that one come a long ways off there. So the extra point is coming up by number 41. That's Nathan Holbrook, and his kick is up, and it's good. Timeout on the field. 6:55 and a half, 17-6 the Bears on top of the Hawks. We're returning in 30 seconds with a Hawk kickoff here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Back here from Hardin Valley, home of the Hawks. Bears up to 17-7 now. Ready to see the kickoff from Holbrook. Back deep, Sheehy, Scott, and Stovall for the Bears. Spread across near the 5-yard line. I'm not sure how far. Here's another left footer. And, oh, they're going for the onside kick.
Uh-oh.
And they say they've got it. The referee says they've got it as well. Right across midfield to 49-yard line. So Hardin Valley's trying to turn this game around. They've scored, and then the onside kick. Recovered to the 49-yard line. Boy, I didn't see that one coming. I don't guess the Bears did either. Boy, momentum can swing so quickly. 6:31 and the clock running here in the first half. So Hardin Valley, who scored on that breakaway, what was it, 55 yards or so, by their running back. Matt's still at quarterback. And now we got a flag. No, we don't have a flag, do we? Referee in the white hat steps up to stop play. I'm not sure what that's about, but no flag at all. So on 1st and 10, the Hawks trailing 17-7 with the ball on the onside kick recovery. And they fumble it, and the quarterback's going to be smashed hard for a sack by Paisley. Paisley, the young freshman. Boy, that's a load to fall on top of you there, but he will lose a good 5 yards. It's going to be second and 15. Second and 15 back at the 46-yard line now in Hawk territory.
He's going to feel that one for a while.
Wouldn't you? Goodness. Let's see. Paisley is a freshman. I think he's at about 220 or 30 pounds. Yeah, I'd say you want to feel that one. On 2nd and 15, pass out flat's going to be complete and hit, and then brought down immediately by Kenyon Phelps for another loss. That's complete to Shelby.
We have a couple of fundraisers going on in the stadium today.
Number 17 on the reception.
is doing pink face painting.
Cruz Furman looks like on the reception.
At the gates next to.
And a loss. It's going to be 3rd down and
Doing a bake sale. They've got items.
17. Well, they don't put the downs or the yards or anything on the scoreboard here. They only got the score and the time, so we have to figure this all out on our own.
Just a bunch of zeros.
Yeah, a bunch of zeros. Man in motion, left to right. Matt's back to pass, rolling to his left. Under pressure, throws it out, and the flat's going to be it's going to be complete, but it's going to be way short. It's going to be 4th and about 10. Complete that time. That's Dozier. No, Shelby, number 3, Shelby on the catch that time. Number 3, Shelby. So 4th down and 11. The onside kick so far is not proved fruitful for the Hawks. Stovall back. Kicking at Holbrook. Clock's running at 4:33 to go. He's had one block night that the Bears converted from the 5-yard line for a touchdown. They pull back to return it. Boy, a high boom. He's not going to return this one. It's going to hit, and it's going to take a backwards kick and be down to the 5-yard line. About the 5. We'll see where they officially place it down. And they put it right on the 5. So the Bears 95 yards away from the end zone, the other end of the field. And Bears will have it with a 17-7 lead at 4:16 in the first half of play here from Hardin Valley. We'll have our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard at halftime. A look at the stats brought to you by Waste Connections. If Gwen can interpret his own writing.
I know.
We'll just make them up. If you
different language here.
Just make them up.
Duolingo does not have this one.
Oh. Here come the Bears on 1st down and 10. Handoff going to the left side. He's got good yards. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He's going to have the first down with the Bears out across the 10 to the 15 to the 17. And that's going to be Is that Beard on the carry?
27.
First and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford on a 12-yard gain, a first and 10. I believe that's Brayshawn Beard, I believe, on the carry, 23.
23.
So the clock is running at 3:52. The Bears deep in their own territory, but they're out to the 17-yard line now after a first down run by Brayshawn. He'll be in motion again, take the ball on the left side. He's going to cut upfield. He's going to have yardage up the 20 and refuses to go down. And they're going to blow the whip. They keep pushing the huddle. And he is up now across the 25. Looks like to the 26.
I had a bunch of linemen up there to help him stay up.
It's legal to do that now.
Yeah.
Let's give him a 8-yard gain, nearly 9, out across the 25 to the 26. Clock at 3:10 and running. Bears have not used a timeout. Hardin Valley used one of their very first possession. Again, the wing tee, Stovall left side. And here's the fullback in the middle, hits it, and he will have close to a first. Depends on the spot.
But it's right on it, right on top of it.
He's standing at the 32 hash mark, and that looks like that's where the down marker is at.
Sharp on the tackle.
Yep, he gave it to him.
First and 10 for the Bears. And Cleveland Ford once again. Move the change. Keep those sticks moving is all you ask for. Clock running at 2:35 to go. Bradley will have the ball coming out, by the way. They won and deferred. I'm sure they would love to get downfield and get another score here. They're up 17-7. Stovall out wide to the right side here. They're working left to right. And here is the running back in the middle. That's going to be, we'll have to see who that is when he gets up. He's to the 30. It's going to be second down and about 7 to go. And I didn't see who that was in this wing tee.
Either.
In the wing tee.
I got to say, though, I heard Rocco was the one that tackled. He has the best football name on Hardin Valley's team. He plays nose.
Rocco. Well, you got to have a good name if you're going to play. Rocco Pritchard. Here goes Brayshawn Beard with a carry. He'll have a couple of yards out across the 30 to the 32. It's going to be third down and close to 5. I believe we have 3rd and 5 after a 2-yard gain. Holbrook again on the tackle.
Third down, Hardin Valley, get on your feet, get loud, get proud.
Clock's at 1:20 and running. Bears huddling up in no hurry whatsoever right now. They gave up a busted defensive play there on that long run. But when he broke through the line, there was nobody at the linebacker position to pick him up. Bears break huddle at exactly 1 minute to go. Man in motion is Phelps. And here's the handoff up the middle. And it's going to be a great gainer out to the 44-yard line. That's Brady Lewis, number 88, for about a 10-yard gain. And the Bears quickly. Bradley's calling timeout. And, well, I thought. Handoff up the middle, no gain, second down coming up.
Now
and the Bears will call the time. That's their first timeout of the half. And let's take one with them from Milligan Vane. We'll be back in 1 minute on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Bears up 17-7 with 33.1 in the half. And we return. It's going to be second down and 10 to go.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today. Yeah, yeah.
Cook drops back to pass, but the blitz was on. He's going to be sacked for a huge loss back to the 37-yard line. And the clock is running with 20 seconds to go, and the Bears may let it run out. That's going to be a loss for Cook of 6 yards, and that will be the final play, looks like. The clock's at 11 for Bradley Concrete, Lamb Con. As the Bears begin to walk toward the sideline, that will end the first half of play. You listen to, well, nope, somebody just called time.
Timeout.
Somebody called time before that with 3.6 to go. Okay, here's where you're going to go for the long one.
Yeah.
The Bears do call their second timeout. And, well, there's no doubt about it. From their 37, they're going to go for a long pass play. Stovall, the obvious target, if you look around to see, he's a 6'7". He'll be joining the basketball squad when this season's over.
I'm putting Stovall on a decoy and throwing a screen opposite.
So that's your call, Coach?
That's my call.
Okay.
I play John Madden football.
Well, no wonder you know the game. We just thought we were not going to get another play.
Okay, here we go.
Get loud, get proud. It's third.
We don't even have a wide out. We got Stovall over here on the right side. Still out of the wing T. 3 down linemen. He's back. He's looking at Stovall. He's going to come forward with the reception, and he'll be brought down. Play starts at 37. He gets to the 45. So let's give him 15. Let's give 18 yards. And it'd been a first down. It was a first down for the Bears in Cleveland Ford at that point. But the clock runs out. And at halftime break here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, the Bears up 17-7 the lead. Bears by 10 at 17-7 over the Hardin Valley Academy Hawks. Let's take a timeout here on our Mid-South Finance halftime show. We'll come back and look at the scores. Brought to you by Elvis Ace Hardware. We'll look at statistics. Brought to you by Waste Connections and whatever else we can come up with. Back in 2 minutes with more live coverage on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path. Your education. Your calling. Your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
At your Geico local office, we know that time flies. But when you bundle your coverage with Geico, you could save money all year long. Contact your local agent to get personalized service and even more savings.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Back here at Hardin Valley High School, Hardin Valley Academy, excuse me, home of the Hawks. I guess this is the Hawks nest we're in up here, high atop the press box. Is there another game going on over there?
That is Bradley's team in the baseball stands over there.
So they can go all the way back.
I saw them migrate over there. That's a pretty good location.
Yeah. I thought there's another game going on over there. The baseball field is to our right, and there's lights on, but that's the Bears sitting there in the stands. Wow. They lead at 17-0.5, by the way, on our Mid-South Finance halftime show. Mid-South located there at the corner of
17-7.
Yeah, 17-7. Mid-South Finance located right there at the corner of Peerless Road and 25th Street. And for another one of our great sponsors, Elvis Ace Hardware. While we're get the stats to you in a moment, let's look at some scores of interest on the Elvis Ace Hardware scoreboard.
He looks like he's a little nervous. So everybody's got to cheer really loud for it.
Lisbeth over Northview Academy 14-0. Meigs County and Pigeon Forge at halftime. It's Pigeon Forge 15-0 over the Tigers of Meigs County.
Wyatt, are you
and
ready?
I think that's a region game for them. Jefferson County and Westridge, that's in Region 1, which matches up for our region. At postage play, Jefferson County 28, Westridge 14. Both teams going in records of 3-3. Bearden here leading Cleveland 10-6. That was the last score we had near the end of the first. Bearden 10, the Raiders 6. Bradley up the course here 17-7.
I think we need some glasses on the guys down there.
The other scores mentioned, Lenore City and Clinton, is Clinton trailing Lenore City 8-6. Clinton 8, Clinton 6. Farragut all over Oak Ridge, 28-0 at Oak Ridge. So Farragut, after the win last week over Bradley, trying to get their second consecutive win. Loudon, who's still unbeaten at 7-0, up 14-0 over Sweetwater, who's only 1-6. That's in the first quarter, 14-0 Loudon on top of the Sweetwater Wildcats.
Looks a little bit more confident.
Ray County blanking Ooltewah 34-0 at the start of the second quarter. 34-0 Ray over Ooltewah, start of the second quarter. Walker Valley and East Hamlin are tied 7-7 in the first quarter at Walker Valley. East Hamlin 6-1, Walker 5-2, going into a huge region game there for both those two teams. See if we can get some private school scores here for you. Nothing to report there. It looks like that score is brought to you on our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard. Let's take one more time out. We'll come back with Win Stats, brought to you by Waste Connections. Back in just 2 minutes.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Dip don't make the man, but this will. Being tough doesn't come from a dip can, it comes from you.
Some exercise.
Back here at Hardin Valley High School, 17-0 or 17-7, the Bears lead at halftime. Fall break for both schools, so neither one has a full band here tonight. The Bears have a pep band, and very happy pep band, and up 17-7. And Gwen, at this time, we'd like to see if you have some Waste Connection stats you'd like to get.
I want to leave a little disclaimer here that Waste Connections is much more dependable than these stats. These stats are, I'm like a corgi looking out the window of my den and seeing a squirrel. That's distracted, y'all. So listen, this is what I have. I'm going to tell you, first of all, on scoring drives, we have Bradley, after a beautiful block punt at 6:50 in the first quarter, was able to run that ball in 5 yards for a touchdown, and that was amazing. I would also tell you that Bradley then scored again. Let's see, that was after a 10-yard play by number 88.
Brady Lewis.
Brady Lewis,
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that would have been in the second quarter, excuse me. Not to mention, they did have a field goal early in the first quarter, and that was following another 5-yard play to get them to that point, but not leaving enough downs to go. So
33-yard field goal, I believe it was.
33, which was outstanding, right up the middle, no question. Hardin Valley had a score in the second quarter, and it was a 48-yard play by number 4, Dozier, and that was at 6:55 in the second quarter. So those plays mark the score on the board right now. Looking at first downs, Bradley has, on my numbers, 8 first downs in the night. Hardin Valley has 4. That's quite a disparaging difference. Pass attempts for Bradley, I have 3 pass attempts, but I'm not sure about that. I do have, first pass attempt was a 36-yard, second was a 3-yard, and the third one was an 18-yard, but I think I missed a few in there. Maybe one.
And that first 36-yard was the first play.
That was the first play out of the box.
Yeah, for us.
For Stovall. Rushing yards, I don't have an exact number, but it's around 60 for Bradley. The passing yards is around 57. 60 yards rushing. I do have several numbers, a 6-yard run, a 5-yard run, and I do not have all the numbers. Both of those were number 4,
Kenyon,
thank you. And he had another one for 10 yards. Number 8 had a 28-yard run,
Landon Scott,
which was beautiful up the middle. And then, of course, the 88-yard rush towards the end of that gave him another score for Bradley. And I have a total of, looks like 13 rushing plays. And for Hardin Valley, I've got 11 rushing plays. Not much of anything. Most of them were negative yards. They did have one that was golden, and that was a 48-yard play, which put them in the end zone. And that was at 6:55, like I mentioned before. And that was number 4, Dozier, who seems to be their playmaker. You know, if you're watching for plays. There was an onside kick for Hardin Valley, which was monumental, and that was in the second quarter at 6:40. They did recover that. That's unusual, but they put it on, and it came out beautiful.
But they didn't score. We stopped them on the drive,
We did stop them on the drive. Another special teams play for Bradley. They blocked the punt, like we mentioned before. Bradley did not punt the ball in the first half. Hardin Valley had 3 punts. Penalties, I only found 2 penalties, both of those on Hardin Valley. Those were in the first quarter. Early on, very early, their first 2 plays were, one was a delay and one was a motion or something in the backfield. There are some sacks. Hardin Valley has 2 sacks on Bradley, and Bradley was able to get back behind at least once. I might have miscounted on that, but I did see several plays that were marked behind the line of scrimmage. So most of those were not sacks. Those were running backs.
Tackle for loss.
Yeah, tackle for loss. But that's it for Waste Connections stats that I have. And like I said, don't take those to the bank, but do look at Waste Connections for everything you need, because they are bound to do it right. They do it at my house every week.
Well, Bradley's taking good care of the ball with no turnovers for the Bears. We had a fumble by Hardin Valley by the quarterback on the snap, but he recovered that.
He did recover that. That's right.
No turnovers by either team there so far in the game. That's at halftime. The Bears up 17-7 there. I'd like to remind you about some of our friends that work with us each week. Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care for all your orthopedic needs. Visit him at voitech.com. See Dr. Gary Voitech and his staff out there on Georgetown Road. Also, Dale's Heating Air, and we couldn't ask for a better weather forecast. We've had tonight a very nice cool air. It's going to be down in the 40s here and back home as well in the low upper 40s. So we are definitely getting into the fall feeling time of air. But Dale's Heating Air, you can reach them at justcalldales.com. It might be time to check your heating equipment to make sure, because we're switching from to air conditioner to heat here in a few days. Probably not for a while here. I finally turned off my air conditioner turned it down. 10, Cleveland 6 in a big Region 2 6A game at Cleveland. And Hardin Valley and East Hamilton were 7-7 the last score we had there. We'll try to check those scores during a halftime break here before we start the third quarter, which will be the Bears receiving since they deferred to start the period, which is always a big plus, especially when you're ahead. I'd like to remind you, too, about our huddle sponsor, USS Chattanooga's waterproofing and foundation experts, USSTN.com. We appreciate all of those great folks there. Let's take a time out. We'll be back in 2 minutes with your Mid-South Finance Halftime Show here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path. Your education, your calling, your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
At your Geico local office, we know that time flies. But when you bundle your coverage with Geico, you could save money all year long. Contact your local agent to get personalized service and even more savings.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
There you are, Joe.
Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
Back here at Hardin Valley Academy in West Knoxville, 17-7 and a half. The Bears on top of the Hawks. They were up 17-0. And the one score, tight formation for them on offense, tight formation defensively. And when he broke through the center of the line, we had no linebackers there in that position, and he was off to the races and scored easily. And we had one last grasp player diving to stop him, but couldn't reach him. So it's 17-7 halftime. The Bears will have the ball coming out to start the third period. I'd like to mention something. Get on my soapbox for me here, folks. You need to get out and vote. One of the most important elections of the lifetime of anyone listening to this broadcast anywhere in the U.S. this year that will happen on November the 5th. Presidents, senates, congressmen, state senate, state reps coming up on the ballot. Early voting starts Wednesday the 16th. That's this coming Wednesday the 16th. You can vote downtown at the Election Commission office. You can vote at the OPI Center out there by the Y, past the Senior Center. You can vote at the Training Center on Dalton Pike, the Fire Training Center, which is the old Waterville Gymnasium. And you can vote at the North East Rec Center. You got 4 locations. No excuse not to vote. And Gwen, I'm involved in elections a lot.
I like to vote over at OCI, and it's very convenient. Early voting is convenient. I remember when they had it at the mall.
Yeah.
You know, you just walk in, and usually never a line. But even when there was, it's important. It's important to take your part, have your voice. It's the only way you have a voice.
Yes.
Now, we can say we voice our opinions or whatever through our representatives, but you got to elect your representatives first. So,
yeah, that's important. And I've said this a lot of times, even on the radio. You know, the people who complain quickest and the longest and the loudest are the people who didn't vote.
Right.
And if they complain about it, first thing I ask them, did you vote? If they say they didn't, well, shut your trap. You got no right to complain. You know, you didn't vote. So there's that. Talk about college football. Tennessee last week took it on the chin on the road to Arkansas.
They did.
Sort of not of embarrassment, but not ready. I don't know if it's not ready, but it wasn't one player, one play. It was a whole stinking team who really stunk it up, you know. But they've got a chance to redeem themselves at home against Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, the defense didn't really hold up in the second half. Not saying they were awful, but there were several, plays that were not lining up correctly or something that, on the get-go was just off. And hopefully they've figured out what those are, and got to believe the coaches understand that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of meetings this week pertaining to that. So they'll be hosting the Florida Gators here tomorrow in an SEC game. That'll be on Mix 104.1. Now on the station you're listening to now, ESPN Cleveland 101.3, we'll have the Georgia game, and that's about, by the way, Tennessee game's 7 o'clock kickoff. Yeah. The Georgia game is a 4:15, I believe.
4:15
kickoff tomorrow, and as they play
Mississippi State, the Bulldogs.
Mississippi State.
They've only won a single game, but never count them out.
No, it's another big SEC game there, and we've added this year UTC football.
Yes.
We'll have that game tomorrow as they play at Furman.
At Furman, and that's a formidable foe. They've been playing Furman for years.
So that's a Southern Conference,
and both teams have 3 wins, 2 losses. So you gotta win this one.
Well, and we might mention baseball's over with, so the Braves are gone, obviously.
Right.
But we'll have Titans football and Falcons football. We'll have NASCAR for the NASCAR Cup races. We have, help me out here.
The Hawks or NBA.
NBA, we have the NBA. And we'll have coming up Tennessee men's and women's basketball.
Right. That's really
Lee University men's and women's basketball.
That's very important, yeah.
And Bradley Central, Walker Valley, and Cleveland High School boys and girls basketball throughout the season. So it's just, we got it all.
I don't know if people understand how rich our sports coverage is here in the Cleveland area.
No, they don't.
Because you go to any other community, unless they're a New York City or a Boston, you just don't get that.
Right.
And definitely don't get that on the high school level anyway.
Yeah.
So really a rich tradition that was started, a long time ago and has lasted through the years and continues on.
Well, the first Bradley football broadcast, I think, was 1948, and it was from Tullahoma. I can almost think the play-by-play guy. It's a guy's name you would know. He was a principal. God, I've got to look that up. That would be a great trip, thank me. Anyway, we're ready for the third quarter play here. I'm running my mouth here, and Bears going to be receiving here. We're not going to have time for another break, so we'll just get right into it. Back deep, Tay Sheehy, Ollie Scott, Tyree Stovall for the Bears. Holbrook to kick off. The Bears up 17-7 to start the third quarter play as the drones lift off to get into the air.
Circling the field.
I love that. That's great. Here comes the approach. It's another onside attempt, and the Bears are ready for it. And, well, he gets knocked off of it, but I believe the Bears have it.
Picks it up.
Yeah, that's going to be covered for the Bears by number 25. And let me get your name to go with that number there. That is Andrew Carroll. So the Bears do recover. That caught us off guard there, too. But the Bears have it first in at their 46-yard line. So they've got great field position to start the third quarter play here after another onside attempt. We'll keep you updated on Walker Valley and Cleveland games as we get those. Is that a female? No. He's the official in the back down there got a lot longer hair than I've ever had. Out of the wing tee, the handoff the man in the middle. It's going to be moving it forward to about the 48-yard. I believe it's going to be Landon Scott. Yeah, number 8, Landon Scott. Picks up a couple, 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, let's give him 1 yard.
Assisted by Lamb.
Move it back to the 47-yard line. A 1-yard run by Landon Scott, who will check out of the game. Brady Lewis will check in. He's had some good runs tonight out of the backfield. He'll be on that left wing. Tyree Stovall out the wide side. Lewis is actually at fullback. Hand off, and he's going to block for Brayshawn Beard. Comes forward, some good yardage out across midfield down to the 47. It's going to be short by about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3. As Brayshawn Beard, junior, down to the Hardin Valley 47, excuse me. So the Bears would love to get this first drive, keep it going. They lead at 17-7 here. He stepped out of bounds on the near sidelines here, so he's stopped the clock. Landon Scott checks back in. Brady Lewis will check out. I got a feeling the Bears are going to go to Stovall again before the night's over. Not right here, I don't think, but 3rd and short. They'll put Beard in motion. He's got the first down, maybe. Oh, he's right at the sticks
right
at
on
44.
top of it.
And we're right on that 44-yard line. I think he's got it.
Now, this is a referee.
Yeah,
left
he's
foot,
moving
right?
it. Yeah, he's moving it. 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. That's what, their 9th first down?
That would be number 9.
So the Bears at the 44-yard line now in Hawk territory. Big emotional hit for the Bears. We can take this in and increase that lead, which is 17-7 at this point. A reminder again, next week at home with Red Bank. That'll be homecoming 2024. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll go live at 5:30 from the field here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Brought to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Handoff this time. Phelps going to the left side, trying to get outside. He gets out there. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, he's away to the 35 to the 30 and all the way down to the 27-yard line for another 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Sheared on the tackle.
And Cleveland Ford from the 44 to the 27, 17-yard gain looks like. And there's Mr. Holbrook's dad, I believe. He's number 41 anyway. Bears on the move. 1st 10 at the 27. Handoff. Phelps in the middle. He's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 down inside the 25 to the 23.
Man on the tackle.
Let's give him 4, 2nd and 6. Man on the tackle that time for the Hawks. And as you run the wing tee, it gets better and better for the offense. You get used to that. It's a timing situation. And we've talked about this before, Gwen. One guy up front misses the block, and the play blows up.
Right.
It's critical. Not easy to install. Here's a handoff. And so it's a counter on that and getting, whoa, my goodness. Let's see who that is. That's Brayshawn Beard down to the 19-yard line. He's tackled by Beard. A good gain. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's going to be a 3rd down.
And about 2 or so for a 1st down for the Bears. 9:13 in the 3rd. Bears up 17-7. Clock is running. You'll hear the PA guy in the background here doing a good job getting them fired up.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
And the sound effects.
Yes. So 3rd down and 2 to go. Handoff. And he's going to be hit and gets it loose from one guy, but going to be brought down for a loss. So that's Phelps at the 21. And he will lose 2. It's going to make it 4th down and 4 to go for the Bears. So what do you do here, Coach?
I'm going back at it.
You attempt a field goal here. We've kicked one of 33 yards. This one would be 37. Nope, they're going to go for it. End of the game is going to be Brayshawn Beard with the play.
Keep it loud. Keep it going.
Well, you got a 10-point lead and you're deep in their territory, so it's not too big of a gamble. It'll be Brayshawn Beard going there. There's a flag. He's got a white handkerchief. He doesn't have a yellow flag.
That's pink.
It's
pink. I've never seen a pink one.
Motion shift. It's the Bears. Is that a dead ball foul? Or
let's see how they mark it.
Or is it a live ball? Illegal shift. Decline, yeah, okay. So at 8:10 to go, the ball goes over to the Hawks, who trail the Bears 17-7. They'll have it 1st 10 at their 22-yard line. Going out to quarterback position, it's going to be number 9, Matz. He'll have Kutcher in the backfield and Dozier. Looks like they're both going to be in the backfield with him. They are, either side. Twins right side, single man left. The snap, handoff to Crutcher. He's going to move it forward a couple of 3 yards to the 25 or 6. Number 23, Crutcher. And let's give him 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Ball at the 25-yard line. Play being signaled in by the offensive coordinator for the Hawks. It's Kutcher in the backfield now, alone with the quarterback Matz. Trips to the left side in a cluster over here. Handoff to Crutcher, hits up the middle. He's going to have 3 or 4 more yards to the 28 or so.
Kutcher on the carry.
He and Dozier have been the workhorse tonight out of the backfield. Let's give him 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3 at the 29. 3rd and 3 at the 29-yard line. Again, getting the signal from the sidelines. 3rd and 3. Be a nice stop. The Bears could hold them here. Bradley rushed the line. He's not going to get anywhere near the first down. He's going to get maybe yard. Crutcher again to the 30. I keep calling him Crutcher. Actually, his name is Kutcher without the R. Kutcher. So on 4th down and 2, they're going to drop back to punt. Stovall back deep for the Bears to receive. Holbrook to punt. It's going to be his 4th punt of the night. He had 1 block. The Bears are coded at the 5 and took it in for a touchdown. Bears not showing rush this time. Maybe setting up a return. Here's the punt away. This is returnable here. He'll take it at the 32, and he's going to be brought down immediately at that point. But Stovall makes a good solid catch there, and the Bears will have it 1st down 10 at the 35-yard line here. Is again, no penalty. The beanbag. At 6:11 to go in the 3rd quarter, 17-7 the Bears on top here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Only 3 games left in the season. Man, when it gets to rolling, it goes by in a hurry. Last year, the Bears almost an extra half season with 14 games total, including the 4 playoff games, all at Bradley Central.
4 games in November, is that right?
Yeah. And 1 more week to go, though. Could have had that at Finley if that had worked out. Bears staying at wing T, of course. Stovall out wide to the right side this time. And off to the fullback into the middle. It's going to be a nice run, 5-6. And just pushing a pile. Look at him push it. He's got a 1st and 10. And that is Landon Scott, who refused to go down. Carried about 6 extra guys. 6 more yards. And he got a 1st and 10 after 11-yard gain to the 46-yard line.
As well.
1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. 10 first downs for the Bears.
That's awesome.
Yes. Right over the pep band here tonight. Likewise for Hardin Valley. Both teams' schools on fall break. This time the handoff again. The fullback, that's Landon Scott, ahead for a couple of 3 to the 48. Let's give him 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Bears. Brady Lewis checks out. And over there getting a play from Coach Burkhart, the offensive coordinator.
Clark on the tackle.
Play into the game now. I believe Ollie Scott brought the play in that time, number 2. Here come the Bears, set to go. 2nd and 8. Hand off to Phelps, trying to get around the end, and he is going to make maybe a yard. Maybe a yard.
Man on the tackle.
Just wasn't there to start with.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
Phelps has a yard up to the 49. 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Bears. Scott will check out. Bears will send Brady Lewis back into the game. They're interchanging his running backs every play. Lewis past the Play call on to quarterback Tucker Cook. He's a freshman. Bears set on 3rd down and 7 to go. Lewis in the middle. He's got the first down again, I believe. Just burst up the middle.
Just enough.
Threw a lot of contact. And is a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford again as Brady Lewis. He's a low 225, 6'2" sophomore. And you just need a part of a block, a partial block or so to get through there. And he got it. They keep moving the chains. Clock keeps running at 3:42 now in the 3rd. Fullback again up the middle. That's going to be Landon Scott, I believe, this time. Or was that Lewis again? 8 or 88. That's going to be Landon Scott for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. Landon, a senior for the Bears. All the other running backs are juniors or sophomores.
Stars on the tackle.
Brady Lewis back into the game.
Watch the trap, 88!
Getting some defensive instructions from the watch the trap 88's in there. He knows what's coming, he thinks. And there's a fumble on the field. The Bears recover. They're going to lose a yard. Fumble right at the snap. First fumble of the game for the Bears. We had one recovered by the Hawks of their own. Ball at 45-yard line in Hawk territory. 3rd down, 11 to go. Clock's running at 2:37 to go now in the 3rd. 17-7 Bears. They've led the entire game.
Come on, Hardin Valley, you can get louder.
We put a jacket on. I noticed the cheerleaders now have sweats on down here.
Oh, there you go.
Screaming for their Hawks right now. Come on.
The Bradley cheerleaders don't have sweats on, though.
Show them what you got.
Professionals.
Yeah.
Come on, Hawks.
So here we go down on 3rd and 11 for the Bears. Phelps into the middle. He's going to have 3 or 4, but he's going to be way short of the first, down to about the 41. It's going to be 4th down and a good 8 to go, looks like. After a 5-yard gain, but still it was 3rd and 11. So first punt of the night coming up for the Bears here at 1:53 in the 3rd. And back deep, I cannot see his number.
Rivers back deep.
Rivers, okay. Thank you, sir. All you got to do is ask. And here's the punt. It's going to roll and get a good Bradley roll all the way down in the 10 to the 5-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears.
It'll be 1st down.
After punt from the 41.
Advanced teeting in here, 1st down.
That's about a 36-yard kick, I guess.
41's off.
That's Cleveland Utilities power punt. First call we've had tonight for a punt. And in a minute 27 to go in the 3rd, they'll have it 1st and 10, the Hawks will, at their 5-yard line. Bears would love to bottle them up down here and hold them, flip the field, so to speak. They're going to go with trips to the left side this time. Crutcher in the backfield with Matz. Matz the quarterback. No wide out to the left side. Bradley's showing a blitz or something, it looks like, from the defensive end over the position over there. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to get to the 5 and on to about the 8. That's going to be Matt's number 9 on the carry to the 8. 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7 coming up. Clock rolling at 1:11 to go now in the 3rd. Waiting for the call from the sidelines. You don't need here to win is a pick 6.
That would be awesome.
A pick 6 right here. Trips left side. Matz gives it to Crutcher. He's going to be a Crutcher. He's going to be hit for nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's Wiley Susquith, Ollie Scott, Kenyon Phelps, Jake Powell, Jacob Gentry. Just all over him that time. No gain. 3rd down and 7 to go. Clock at 31 seconds now here in the 3rd. Big play for both teams here, offensively for the Hawks, defensively for the Bears. Same formation, trips left side. Play clock's at 17 for Bradley Concrete, Lamb Con. He's back, gets back to pass. Pass is incomplete and tipped, intended for number 14. That is Rivers. So on 4th down and 7, they're going to give it up to the Bears with 10.1 to go. The clock stopped with the out-of-bounds play or the incomplete pass. Stovall now back standing at his 40-yard line. He'll back up to the 45. No, excuse me, the 45 in Hawk territory. Standing in his end zone is Holbrook. He's set for the snap. Good snap. And again, a close call. Stovall at the 46, fumbles the ball, and he is on it, though. He's on it. So Stovall recovers the Bears at the Hawk 49-yard line. And let's take, that's the end of the third quarter, by the way. Let's take a timeout here on ESPN. Cleveland 1-1-3, 17-7. The Hawks trail the Bears. Bears up 17-7 here. Start the fourth quarter play.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path. Your education, your calling, your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
Here at Hardin Valley Academy, the Bears up 17-7, start of the fourth quarter play. It's going to be 1st and 10. Brayshawn Beard going to the right side, dancing around. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, looks like. Update, Cleveland High School at the half, still trailing 17-6 to Bearden at Cleveland. And let's see, Walker Valley is up 14-10 at halftime over East Hamilton at Walker Valley. So Valley up 14-10, that's on 99.1. Cleveland trailing 17-6, that is on Mix 104.1, and you're listening to ESPN Cleveland 101.3. 2nd down and 3 coming up after the carry by Brayshawn Beard for 7 yards. Pull back in the middle, that's Brady Lewis. Man, he just bulls his way through. He's going to be close to another first down to the 38-yard line, and I believe he's there.
Clark on the tackle.
And let's get this. Give me a call here, official. Well, it's 3rd, and boy, it is inches, literally inches at the 38-yard line. 3rd down in inches. I'd let Brady carry this one again if he's still in the game. Yeah, and he is. From fullback. And that's going to be not Brady, but it's going to be Phelps blasting through there to the 35, to the 30, the 25, and just barreling his way to the 25. 1st and 10 for the Bears. After a good pickup of about, 12 yards or so. Who was that?
Scott, I think.
Landon Scott, number 8. So 1st 10 for the Bears at the 25-yard line, Hawk territory at 10:35 in the 4th. Bears still up 17-7. Trying to get their 3rd win of the year and their 1st win in the region. They're 0-2 there, 2-4 overall. Man motion and be a handoff on Brady Lewis, and he fumbles it. And the Hawks say they have it. And the Hawks say they do have it, and the officials agree. So Brady Lewis up the middle, lost handle at the 21-yard line, so the Hawks will have it 1st down and 10 at that point in Hawk territory. So 10-17 to go. That's the 2nd turnover for the Bears. Was that the first fumble loss?
That's the first turnover on a fumble.
We lost the onside kick. That's way back in the first half. Neither team has scored in a while. It's up 17-0 for the Bears. And the Bear defense will be asked again to maintain. Out of the shotgun. Matz with Kutcher. He'll hand to Kutcher. No, he's back to pass, looking, rolling to his right, running for his life, and it's going to throw it, and it's going to be nearly intercepted by Sheehy, but knocked away, intended for number 21, Holbrook. I think Holbrook, number 21, Jaden, is the brother of number 41, Nathan. So 2nd and 10 after incomplete pass. Clock stopped at 10:11 to go in the game. Hardin Valley taking a long time to get the play call in. Play clock, though, is just at 13 for Red and Concrete. Snap to Getz. Back to pass, looking, throwing right across the middle. It's going to be complete, but not a first down to the 28. Still going to be 3rd down and about 3. Shelby on the catch that time. Number 3, the wide receiver, Shelby, a 6'1" senior. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Hawks at their 20. I guess that's the 28. No help in the scoreboard tonight. All it has is time and score. Everything else is zeros. It does have 4th quarter.
And timeouts.
And, yeah. 3rd and 3. Handoff, running back. He'll hit the middle. He'll have the first down and then a few more. Out across the 30 to the 34. Kutcher again. So he's got a 5-yard pickup, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They line up quickly. No huddling right now. Trips to the right side. Matz hands it to Kutcher again. Hits the middle, and he'll have a yard or so before he's brought down by Andrew Carroll. So it's going to be 2nd down. And maybe not move the down mark. Yeah, 2nd down. Well, they just barely give him a yard. Yeah, 2nd and 9 coming up. 2nd and 9. That's a 36 now. Matt's back to pass, looking. He's going to pull it down, run himself, and that's a mistake. Well, he plows ahead and gets across the 40 to the 42. It's going to be 3rd down, though, and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Hawks at their 42. Bears up 17-7. Clock at 8:30 to go in the game now, and is running. Both teams with all 3 times out remaining. They got this trip cluster of receivers on the right side. And he'll hand it instead to the running back. That's going to be Kutcher again. He'll have short game this time.
Don't think he got it.
Kutcher on the carry.
He is right at it.
Oh, yeah, they gave it.
Yep, they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 to the, you give it a good mark that time, the 45. Didn't look like he got that far, but it's a 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hawks here in the 4th quarter. Beautiful night for football here. Crisp, cool night. Feels like football. They like this trips of one side for some reason. Handoff into the middle is Kutcher. He just lowers his head and gets hit, and Wally Susquich there pushes him back, along with Andrew Carroll and Ollie Scott. No, that's going to be Jacob Gentry, number 3. So no gain, 2nd and 10. Well, they're going to give him a yard, 2nd and 9 to the 46-yard line. Boy, they're making them work for it now.
Correction, Dozier on the carry.
That's number 4, Dozier on the carry rather than the other back. Kutcher, 7:20 to go. Clock continues to wind down. Matt's ball, the snap momentarily throws it, and the flat's going to be complete to the tight end. He'll have not a first down, but he'll have yardage across midfield of the Bear 47. That's Duncan, they said, number 30. No, Perkins, excuse me, Andrew Perkins, number 30. It's Perkins. Going to be 3rd down, though, and where we at here? They've got to get about 3. They've got to get to the Bear 45. Matz hands it off to Kutcher. No, it's not Kutcher. It's going to be Dozier this time. He'll have the first down across the 45 down to the 44. Number 4, Dozier has another first down in this long sustained drive for the Hawks, who are trailed by 10 at 17-7, and we roll under 7 minutes now in this football game. Back at home in the friendly confines of Jimmy Lovell Field in Bear Stadium. And here's a pass, and flat's going to be complete to a new receiver. That's going to be number 3, Isaac Shelby, number 3 on the catch.
This is complete to Shelby.
And we've got a Bear slow to get up, but he's going to be up. It'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1 coming up. Boy, they're really a speeded up offense here. Hand off to the running back. That's Dozier, and he has a first down down across the 35 to the 32. They're eating up small chunks of yards at a time. That's been very effective. Down to the Bear 32-yard line, 6:15 to go in the game. First and 10 at this point. Matz hands it off. These are all on the ground. He'll get a yard or two. That's Dozier again, number 4 on the carry, down to the 31. So give him 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Just eating up small chunks quickly to the line. No huddle. They'll flip the script, put the trips on the left side. Starting from the near hash mark on this side, in front of their bench.
Timeout.
Yeah, time's going to be called by
Timeout.
Bradley.
The Bears. The Bears take their first time out of the half at 5:40 to go. For Midland Vane, let's take one with them. 17-7, the Bears on top on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
At your Geico local office, we know that time flies. But when you bundle your coverage with Geico, you could save money all year long. Contact your local agent to get personalized service and even more savings.
As we come back, there's a long pass to the end zone, incomplete, defended by Ollie Scott, intended for Shelby. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. And of course, you're in 4-down territory now. You're trailing 17-7 at 5:35 in the game. No doubt they would go for it if they don't get on 3rd down. They'd go for it on 4th. Again, no huddle, but what they're doing is just signal plays in the sideline rather than huddling. They'll overload the right side here, which is right in front of their bench. No one at all on the left side of the tackle. Back goes Master pass, looking, roll to his right, rolling, and he's going to be under pressure. Fires it again, overthrown. Boy, he's got a good arm and a nice defensive play that time. Oh, he crashed into the flagpole, and that is Ollie Scott, I believe, back there again. Yeah, Ollie Scott with him stride for stride, and that's something we didn't see last week. Right. We kept letting their Farragut guys get behind us, so it's going to be 4th and 9 coming up now. And Coach Floyd on the interview tonight, you heard him say, that's it, exactly on me. I'm the defensive backs coach, and that's my fault that we didn't have, coverage back there. He said we talked to him about it. So now they're going to go for, they're going to try a field goal here. Oh, my, 48-yarder? Unless it's a fake.
I did not see him warming up this far, this deep.
This is Holbrook. The kick is up, and it is long enough. And it's good. It is good. A 48-yard field goal at 5:23. A 48-yard field goal, 5:23. That cuts the lead to 17-10. Maybe we should have watched him warm up. The left footer boots it home and true. Let's take a quick 30. Be back for the Hawk kickoff in just 1/2 minute.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Back here at Hardin Valley, they've just scored the 48-yard field goal, make it 17-10, and they've tried the onside kick twice, recovered it once. And let's see what they've got cooked up now. I think, let's see, they've got all 3 times out remaining. And here's the culprit to kick that 48-yarder. Man, he's got a foot. As the white stripes play in the background. Here comes his approach. Let's see if it's a long one. It is a long one. This time, man, he boots that one through the
showing off.
He's got a little adrenaline pump there. So the Bears will have it first 10th, the 20-yard line at 5:23 in the game. The Bears up 17-10. A slim 7-point margin. Wow. Cleveland trailing 17-6 at halftime. The last score we have with their game at Bearden in Walker Valley, and East Ham tied at 7-7. I think that was halftime as well. We'll try to get you those scores before we leave the air tonight. Here at 17-10 Bears now. Continuing out of this wing tee, they're going to put a lot of guys right on that front part of the line here. Hand off the fullback in the middle. It's going to be, and there's another fumble, and they've got it. No, they've got it. They've got it. They had it and lost it, and they got it back, so they've recovered a Bear fumble at the 30-yard line. At the 30-yard line. 2 possessions in a row, the Bears have given it up. And their fans are enjoying this now. So a 17-10 lead is in jeopardy now with a 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 30-yard line. As Landon Scott, fullback, up the middle, had 3 or 4 yards, lost it. They fell on it, but it squirted out from them, and he fell on it. It squirted away from him, and then they pounced on it. Goodness gracious. So we've got a new quarterback. Number 10 is in our quarterback now. And who is this culprit? Dylan Umansky. He's the one we thought would start earlier. Yeah. Umansky at quarterback. And he fakes handoff back to pass, looking. He has hit. Just he throws. It's going to be pass interference on the Bears coming up. He was knocked down. They're going to call interference on the Bears. Yes, they did. 15-yard mark-off coming up.
15-yard penalty and a first down.
From the 30 to the 15, so 1st and 10 now with 5:07 to go. He was hit just he threw it, and there was 3 Bears there. Looked like they were going for the ball, but nevertheless, was called pass interference. Umansky hands off this time to Kutcher. He hits it down to about the 13, 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. And getting a little testy out there. 2nd down and 8 coming up at the 13. Clock running at 4:51, 17-10. Bears by 7. That lead is in jeopardy. Long look to the sidelines for the Hawks. Umansky is in quarterback. That's the 3rd quarterback they've used tonight. Actually, the 4th if you count the Wildcat.
That's right.
Man in motion. He stops, reverses, handoff to Kutcher in the middle. He's down to the 10, maybe the 9. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 to go from the 9. Number 23, Kutcher on the carry. Yep, he's down to the 9. 3rd and 4. Let's go defense, see what you got here.
Yes, tight.
Kutcher in the backfield. Umansky at quarterback. No, it's Kutcher in a Wildcat now. He'll take it, keep it, and he will. No, the other guy has it, and he's going to be short. Boy, they fooled me there.
That was pretty slick.
4th. Did they snap it to Umansky? I mean,
I think he handed it off low.
4th and a good 3.5, nearly 4 to go. Big play right here for the Bears defense and the Hawk offense. 4th. At 3:30 to go. Clock is running. And this could be a make or break play for both teams right here. And the Bears call time. Timeout call by the Bears. And let's take one with them from Milligan Vane. At 3:13 in the game, 17-10, the Bears up on top of the Hardin Valley Academy Hawks here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. We'll take a 30-second timeout here. 30-second, we'll be back. Back here at Hardin Valley, the Bears call time. They have 1 remaining now. They lead at 17-10 with 3:19 in the game. Hardin Valley, 4th down and close to 4 at the Bear 8-yard line. So here we go. The outcome of the game may ride on this, but Bears lead at 17-10, and they're set. Hardin Valley in tight formation. Now the shotgun Kutcher out of the Wildcat. He will take it himself, and he'll step up, and a pass across the middle. Wide open touchdown. Oh, what a call. What a call. That's Dozier. No, it's not. It's 40. It's Holbrook, the kicker. Holbrook.
Goodness.
And it's 17-16. They faked the middle. He stepped up like he's going to run it, and wide open. The number 41, Nathan Holbrook, a 6'2 senior. So the extra point attempt would tie it. And here's Holbrook, and time's going to be called. Oh, they may go for 2 here. They call time. They're calling time. Will they go for 2? We'll find out in 30 seconds here on ESPN Cleveland. Back in a half minute. Back here at Hardin Valley on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, 17-16 our score. Hardin Valley called time before going with the extra point attempt, and they're going to line up to go for 2.
Yeah.
Well, no. Let's see. They're going to put the tee down. They're going to go for the extra point to tie it. That's Holbrook, who just kicked the 48-yard field goal to pull them within 7. The Bears fumble on the ensuing kickoff after a couple of plays. Set them up the 30-yard line for a 30-yard drive. The touchdown is good. The extra point count is up and good, and we're tied. At 3:15 to go in the game, 17-17 our score. And we return in 30 seconds with a kickoff here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path. Your education, your calling, your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Getting ready for a Hardin Valley kickoff in a brand new game, 17-17 with 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. They're going to kick it deep again. Holbrook, who has kicked a 48-yard field goal, and the last kick went into the end zone. They're not going to try any silly onside kick. I think I say that confidently. And he will kick it, and is a high spinner. It will go into the end zone and be with be returned from the 2 of Ollie Scott to the 5, the 10, the 15, to the 20, to the 25, where it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Bears. 3:03 in the game now. Boy, that was a dangerous catch by Ali.
On the tackle.
So 1st 10 for the Bears, the 25 in a tie game. They have 1 timeout and only 1 remaining.
With 3 minutes on the clock, 3:09.
Yep. So here we go, folks, for the Bears. 1st and 10, they're 25. They've got to hold on to the ball. Cannot give it up again. It'll be Brayshawn Beard to the right side. He's going to try to get outside. He's going to the 20 and 25. He's up to the close to the 30, and I think pushed out of bounds to stop the clock. It's going to be shy of the 1st down. Well, no, see, he's somewhere at 25. Going to mark him 2nd down and 1 to go. A gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. The clock did stop at 3:01. So he did get out of bounds, which is important because they only have 1 timeout remaining. And at some point, the Bears are probably going to go to the air, I'm thinking.
Which they've not even attempted this half.
You're right. Hand off this time to Phelps. He's got the 1st down. He's up to the 45, 35, 40 to 45, and still pushing the ball to the 48 or 47, let's call it. 1st and 10 for the Bears. From the 34, a 17 or 13-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. That's one of the few 1st downs. We had a couple there at the start of the 3rd, but Hadn't had one in a while because we kept fumbling the ball away. So the Bears first 10 at their 48. They'll move it. Clock at 2:40 and running. Brayshawn Beard hits the right side. He's going to be getting 5-6 yards down across midfield of the 47, looks like, in Hawk territory. It's 47. Give him 5. Second down and 5 for the Bears. Clock at 2:22 and running. Brayshawn Beard running hard. He's at the 46-yard line in Hawk territory. Boy, you'd love to run it down to the very end, run out of time, and kick a field goal or get a score. Cook under center. He'll go to the fullback, and he's going to break free. That's going to be Phelps. He'll gain a couple. It's going to be third down, though.
Scott again.
Scott.
He runs hard.
Yes, to the 44. Third and a short 2 to go for a first with 1:50 to go in the game, 1:50 in the game. At the Hawk 44, the Bears, third down and 3. 4-down territory, no matter where you're at on the field right now, you would think. Hand off to Phelps, going to the right side. He's going to have the first down to the 45, 30, 35, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Bears! Woo! Phelps all the way, 44 yards for a touchdown for the Bears.
Awesome.
So,
that's how you do it.
Woo! I'm sorry I got too loud there, folks.
Let's keep going back to the well.
And a score with 1:25 to go. The Bears lead 23-17 now. Here comes Holden White, 60-point attempt. It's down. That kick, it is up. And it's no good. It's no good. Slid off to the left side. So with 1:25 to go, Hawks with 2 timeouts remaining. Let's take a quick 30. 23-17 the Bears with 1:25. 23-17 back in 30 seconds.
At your Geico local office, we know that time flies. But when you bundle your coverage with Geico, you could save money all year long. Contact your local agent to get personalized service and even more savings.
.com.
Well, Gwen, the Bears got what they needed, the touchdown.
They did. They drove the whole field for it.
Kenyon Phelps, our star player of the game last week, he may get it 2 weeks in a row. Bears lead 23-17 after the missed PAT, so they're still a long time, 1:25. Need a good long kick here by Holden White. Here comes his approach, and it is a high spinner to the 15, to the 20, and I nearly had him back there, and brought down the 30, nope, 28, let's call it.
Lamb on the carry.
Lamb on the carry back to the 28, 29 maybe.
27.
28 or 27 yards. First and 10 at that point with 1:20 to go. Hardin Valley does 2 timeouts out remaining. Bears have 1 that they didn't need, actually, as it turned out. Let's put it at the 28-yard line, first and 10 for the Hawks. And you know they're going to come out passing, so the Bear defensive backs better be ready. Let's see who goes in at quarterback. If it's Umansky or Matz, and this is going to be Umansky. He's a solid man. He is solid. You look at him. He looks like a tight end more than a quarterback. 219, 5'10 junior.
There you go.
Out of the shotgun. Looking to the side now. They're going to change plays, looks like. Oh, play clock's at 0, and they didn't get it off. They called time. Oh, they had to burn a timeout. Oh, my, I think I took a penalty. I think I've taken a penalty. Let's take a timeout from Milligan Bain as they have to blow a timeout here. That's down to 1 now with 1:20 to go. We'll be back in another 30 seconds here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland. I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Here we go. Still a minute 20 to go. They had to take a timeout. They've only got one remaining now. Umansky has the ball, rolled to his right in the blitz zone. The pass out in the flat's going to be complete to the 30 and brought down to the 35. A short gain. He stays in bounds. He stays in bounds. He couldn't get out, so the clock continues to run. And Will Paisley nearly had that quarterback sacked. But 2nd down and 5 to go. 2nd and 5. Clock at 1 minute. Umansky back. Pass out in the flat's going to be complete. And I believe he's got the first down.
Nope.
No, it's incomplete. It's incomplete, but it stops the clock.
Yeah.
He had his knee on the ground or something. The referee immediately stepped in and adamantly declared he did not catch the ball. 3rd down and 5 to go. 3rd and 5. Clock stopped at 54.6 to go. Everybody on their hands, pins and needles, standing on their feet right now.
What are we doing?
Play clock's at 18 for Bradley Concrete Lamcon. They're set. Twins left side, Twins right side. Umansky back, looking, pass out in the flat's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 5.
Pass is incomplete.
He's got a cannon for an arm.
He does, but he looks a little rattled.
Wow.
Way too fast on his movement.
And he's not played till the 4th quarter here.
That's right. I don't know if they were saving him for this.
I don't know. It might have been, maybe he was hurt or something. I don't know. He wouldn't be playing if he was hurt, I don't guess. But 4th and 5, here's the game on the line. 4th and 4, let's call it. For the Hawks, Bears up 23-17 with 51.5 to go. Umansky back, looking to the right. No, he can't. Oh, it's going to be sacked! Sacked, and the Bears take over. That's going to be for the Bears, number 1, of course, Zane McIntosh on a 4th down sack, and the Bears take possession at the 34-yard line.
Good time for a sack.
Wow, that's a Food City sack. And the Bears will take a time, and let's take one. A 1 minute break at 45.9 in the game. Bears up 23-17 with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Hawk 33. There's no better time to come back from a timeout. And the Bears, no, the Hawks have used their last timeout. The Bears are in victory formation. Brother, we'll keep it here this time. Gwen, there's no better feeling than to be in victory formation
it's
on the road in a region game that you've got to win.
After a fumble and a score against you.
Yep.
And you're able to turn it around with time running out.
Well, the Bears have exhausted their timeouts just a moment ago. But the big play there, they had it 1st and 10, let the play clock run down to almost 0 and quickly called one of their 2 timeouts rather than take a 5-yard penalty because you're in 4-down territory anyway. So they burned the timeout there and come back and had an incomplete pass. And then to go for it on 4th and 5, and Zane McIntosh, the big sophomore, steps in there and flattens the quarterback, Umansky. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears at the Hawk 33, and they're in victory formation. They've got Kenyon Phelps way back there behind the line in case anything should pop out. Under center, Tucker Cook backs up. He'll take a knee after he waits a couple of seconds. And they cannot stop the clock, so with 37 seconds to go,
that's it.
Bears will run one more play, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, play clock's at 40. That's it. They do not have to snap the ball again. They do not. Game clocks at 25, the play clock's at 30. That means you don't have to run a play. I wouldn't even line up. I'd just go into a huddle and stay there. I believe they're going to call the Bears back. And here comes the coaches across the field to shake hands, led by a very happy Damon Floyd. And the rest of the staff. The Bears are going to win this game 23-17 here on the road at Hardin Valley, 23-17. That's your final as the clock ticks down to 0. Bears improve now to 3-4 overall, 1-2 in region play. The Hawks will drop overall to 1-7 and 0-3 in region 2 6A play. Again, the final, Bears 23 in a heartbreaking loss for the Hawks, who fought back to tie it 17-17. But the Bears win it 23-17 here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and look at some final stats and wrap things up here from the press box at Hardin Valley Academy here in West Knoxville. Back in 2 minutes.
Dip don't make the man, but this will. Being tough doesn't come from a dip can, it comes from you.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Hey, Mom. I think I got everything. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gabriella's here.
Have a good time now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, all good?
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
This is the one knock I dread, and it never gets easier.
Back here at Hardin Valley Academy, home of the Hawks, the Bears win it 23-17. They had to hold on there after a 17-0 lead in the first half. It got to 17-7, and the Bears, the Hawks got back to a tie, 17-17. But then a big run on a drive, a consistent drive, and then Kenyon Phelps took it in for the final score there. Recap what you have there, and let's talk about the game a little bit here.
Well, Hardin Valley really came out strong and tried to pass the ball way more than we saw in the first half. Have them for 11 attempts. 5 of those were good. One of those was for a score of 5 yards at 3:15 in the fourth. Run of 5 incompletions, and they tried to rush the ball about 15 times. Now, Bradley, on the other hand, did not even try one pass attempt in the second half. However, rushing the ball, they had, 14 attempts I have. One of those was a large run by, by 23 for 17 yards. Kutcher, and another was a large run of 11 yards by Scott. And then up the middle, we had tight end running in a fullback position for 7 yards and another one for 8. But the big one was 42 yards in the fourth quarter at 125 by Kutcher. which scored the winning touchdown. We missed the extra point, but we'll take
by Phelps.
By Phelps. That's right, by Phelps. So penalties. Bradley did have a pass interference penalty and another flag earlier than that. Both teams only punted one time. Bradley had a sack.
A huge sack there.
Yeah, and I think the most phenomenal play was Bradley being called on that pass interference, which, you know, did hurt them.
Yeah.
And
a little questionable.
I'm going to say it was okay. There was 3 men covering Hardin Valley player. But most notably out of all of this, I want to talk about the sack. Zane McIntosh pulling off the game holding. You know, we'd already had put the points on, but when Hardin Valley's trying to pull off whatever they've got left by a quarterback that has not been playing much in this game, came in the fourth quarter, which we thought was the starter anyway, and did have some moves running up the middle, big boy, you know, holding his own. But the sack was on a 4th down play that gave Bradley the ball back at 45 seconds left in the game. And after a couple of victory formation plays, we call it a night.
Zane McIntosh, the guy, that young sophomore, on that big sack there, that on 4th down, 4th and 5, and they had to go for it because you're down 6, and they didn't get it, so that.
But also they took a timeout because they. I don't know, whatever they brought in did not get set up quick enough, and they ran out of time. Coach had to call a timeout instead of taking the 5 yards and saving it.
Yeah.
Because the clock wasn't moving.
No, and like I said off the air, that's a coaching mistake right there. That should never have happened there, and I think they'll regret that. But, hey, we'll take it. 23-17, the Bears win a region game on the road, keeps alive their playoff hopes to get into the playoffs. And it really, we talked earlier about this, it really almost eliminates you now with 3 losses in the region and no wins. The Bears now 1-2, and they've got games left. Non-region game next week here on ESPN Cleveland at 7 o'clock with 5:30. We'll start live with Red Bank. That's homecoming, a non-region game with Red Bank for homecoming. Then the Cleveland Raiders, who are losing, we'll give you their score in a minute. They'll come across town to take on the Bears in a region game. At the big rivalry game, it'll be on mixed TV as well. And we'll have the final game of the year at Bearden, who is the one whipping Cleveland right now tonight to wrap up the regular season. Then we'll just have to see how it goes from that point forward. But a good night here, a super good night weather-wise, just crisp, cool fall night air, and a great game up here. Very fortunate to have such a great weather activity after all the crazy weather that's been going on in the southeast. Yeah, and our hearts still go out to those folks up in the Asheville, North Carolina area and upper East Tennessee, and then also down in Florida this week with Milton. And I don't know how you recover that sometimes, but one day at a time is all you can do. Looking at some scores on Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard, Gatlinburg Pittman all over Claiborne County 56-0 tonight. Tennessee High beats David Crockett, or leads them 55-20. We'll get into some closer scores. Sevier County stays unbeaten tonight, though, with a 37-7 beatdown of Morristown West. That's a regional game there. Lisbethton coming back with a 35-12 lead over Northview Academy. That's not final. The Meigs County Tigers did lose tonight, 15-14 the final. Pigeon Forge beats Meigs County 15-14. They led 15-0, so they did fight back there. Jefferson County 41-28 over West Region, region game in 1A or 1-6A up in upper East Tennessee. Kingston leads Austin East 42-28 in the third quarter. Bearden here leading Cleveland 24-19. Well, it's actually 31-19 now. 31-19. Wow. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter at Cleveland. Bearden up 31-19 over Cleveland in a huge Region 2 6A matchup, with Cleveland getting to go to Maryville next week. So, and Bearden, I forget who they have besides the Bears, but they've got 2 other region games. Bears win here 23-17. Tellico Plains trying to get on the go, 22-0 over Oneida. Bledsoe County 6-1 leading Polk County, 14-7. That's in the third quarter. 14-7 Bledsoe over Polk County. Also tonight, Chattanooga Central over Brainerd at the half, 14-0. That's in the third. Lenore City leads Clinton 15-13 in the fourth. We have Farragut over Oak Ridge 28-13. They were up 21-0 in the first quarter, so it's 28-13 now in the fourth quarter at Oak Ridge. East Ridge and Soddy Daisy, what a turnaround they've had this year. 6-1 21-0 lead over East Reeves. That's in the third quarter. Loudon 35-0 over Sweetwater. Loudon still unbeaten. That's at the third quarter. McMinn Central trying to get back on the winning side. They lead Tyner 16-7. That's in the third quarter. Whitwell and Oliver Springs. Whitwell both and Oliver Springs are 6-1. That's 14-14 in the third quarter play. Grundy County losing to Giles County 21-8. That's in the second quarter. That's Central Time Zone game there. Ooltewah falls to Ray County 48-0. Ray now 3-3. Ooltewah 0-7, and they are in trouble right there. They lose 48-0 tonight. Walker Valley leading East Hamilton now 28-10 in the fourth quarter of play. 28-10. That was with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Actually, I think they kicked off at 7:30 there tonight. And so there's a look at the games of interest around our broadcast area and so forth. Here again, the Bears win 23-17, improving to 3-4 on the year, and 1-2 in region play. And that'll wrap things up from here, but on a really good night from Hardin Valley Academy. And I'd like to take a minute and thank you for what you mean to me and to Bradley Central High School as a professor, we call you, audiovisual. We do so many interviews back there, and I do those each week for football, and we've done fishing this year, the library.
You've done so many different interviews.
Basketball's coming up, and wrestling, we'll do those. We had the girls' soccer last week and all those interviews, but that could not happen without your continued support with your group, your students who do this. I mean, you just sit back over there and watch it happen, and the students know what to do because you've trained them well. And it goes unappreciated and unsaid too often when you don't thank someone for what they mean and the things that you do for me in the school. And it's just been a lot of fun. We've did 20-something interviews this year already. And that doesn't count the Vox News that you do each morning.
Yeah.
And how many state championships in a row did you win?
7.
7 in a row.
Yeah. So we do a Vox News broadcast that is international, national, local, state news, but we also do morning announcements for the school after that. So it's great. And, you know, I think the kids get adjusted to this because it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. But they get adjusted to it, and they get really proud when they hear other schools, oh, we can do one a week or one every other week, or we don't stream games. And I understand it's a lot to take on, but it's an army of people behind the scenes making it happen. It's not just me. It's not just you. It's everybody.
Yes, it is.
And we have a very supportive administration, allow us to do it, give us the equipment, give us the time and the facility. That's what makes us Bradley. That's what Richmond Flowers used to say all the time. That's why they call us Bradley.
and we didn't even mention this, but the games that we stream from Bradley, that student right there and ran.
Yeah. And we'll do that again next week. Homecoming court on the field. It's, you know, big to do.
So next Friday night, that's a good reminder. Next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff from Bear Stadium. 5:30 we'll go live here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3 against the Red Bank Lions for homecoming. Again, here our final, Bradley Central 23, the Hardin Valley Academy Hawks 17. And you have another thought?
Yeah, I was going to say also we have Brett's Picks.
Yeah,
18 years consecutive of Brett's Picks on Thursdays. And Brett Whitehead is, you know, he's tremendous. If you know him, you love him. If you don't know him, I'll give him your phone number. He'll get to know you and talk about whatever you're interested in. He loves to talk, but he's really the guru of picking games. It's fundamentally, I don't know how to explain it. It's amazing, and he's won the WCLE My Mix competition before for NCAA, you know, Final Four. He won that. All kinds of cash money and prizes, and that kind of bona fide, you know, my perception of who he is. But hope you're listening, Brett. We love you.
And we're going to wrap it up here again. 23-17, the Bears win it. And we'll sign off for now from Hardin Valley. Join us next week, 5:30 on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Good night.